I guess we'll do one more topic that I wanted to ask you about, and I guess will be good. And that was the valedictorian thing. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, do you think it was overrated, underrated, properly rated? Are you more proud of yourself? Did you realize it didn't matter that much? What?
Mm. Yeah.
If you have an opinion or if you
No,
haven't thought
yeah,
about it at all.
I can speak on that. I would say the valedictorian is something in a small school like ours. I personally don't think it's worth as much as a bigger school. I think that if you're in a school and your class is 500 students, it's something you can say, wow, I worked hard for this. You probably had to actually really work to
No.
get that spot up there. You worked hard, you got it, and you're the valedictorian. And you're like, geez, yeah, this is awesome. In my situation, I think it was my family, relatives, I think they were proud of me. It was cool to be the valedictorian. It's great. But it wasn't something that I really aimed for. It just fell into my lap in the way of I just happened to keep on taking dual credit classes. I just happened to care about my grades in a way that made it so I got good grades. Um, and all that kind of stuff. All of a sudden, it's, hey, you're valedictorian. Congratulations. You didn't get to use that in any of your scholarship applications because we didn't tell you beforehand. You didn't get to use it at all, but you get to write a speech and give a speech. How do you like that? And you're like, wow. Yeah, it doesn't do very much for you.
No.
It's like some people might take it as an ego trip. I didn't really take it as an ego trip. I was like, okay, it's cool. It's like 37 students in my class, and everyone is different, and of course it's cool, and I'm happy I got it. It's like, oh, if someone was trying to beat me and they had a better GPA, I might have worked, whatever. But I kind of halfway through the year, I found out I was probably gonna get it, and I was like, okay, this is cool. Of course, I couldn't put it on the applications, which was a bummer. I think that would have been nice if you can be the valedictorian, just that in itself on an application. I think that's good. But because at our school you don't find out until later, it doesn't do much for you in that sense. And so I would say it's overrated, and I wouldn't stress yourself out about it too much because you can't really use it. If it's like, and maybe in some situations you could use it, but yeah, I don't think you can really use it enough to make it worth the stressing out about. So if it just happens to become what you like, you just work for it, and it's like, oh, you didn't stop taking dual credit classes, you got good grades, congratulations to the valedictorian. It's like, there you go, that's good. But don't start, don't go home, don't develop, anxiety, bad habits, don't start vaping to deal with the stress of trying to get good grades to be the valedictorian, especially at a school where it's not as outstanding as 500. Of course, it's accomplishment. I'm not going to put down this year's valedictorian, next year's the salutatorian, all these people. I'm not putting down anyone. I really don't want to do that, but it's a smaller school. The
Yeah.
competition is naturally less. You think of, you're going to be more impressed about someone who won the national championship or state championship at a 6A school or a 2A school. Both of them are amazing accomplishments, but 6A, it's like there's a lot more people. The competition, the skill level, everything is just that much higher. And the same thing at a school that's 6A. When you have 500 kids in a graduating class, the amount of competition and the amount of people skilled. I mean, 500 students, that's more than we have in the whole entire high school right now
Yes.
in a single class.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of people to compete with. That's a lot of people who can potentially have innate, just amazing memory and skills. It's like, yeah, that's going to be a competition right there. That's going to be an accomplishment that you can say, wow, yeah, I have a 5.0 graduating. There are kids with 5.0s graduating, and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't even know I could take dual credit until I was a senior, or not, I guess a junior for me, but some people probably don't even figure out until they're a senior that you can actually get, of course our school tries to present it, but it's not, yeah, I don't know. Our school's a good school, small school.
Yeah. There's a lot of pros and cons.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, that's an interesting take, dude. And I'm glad you say that because, well, I know you wouldn't take it as an ego trip or anything, but I know that there's some people who would, and whatever, they're gonna do that. But I think it's a great accomplishment, dude.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
I'm appreciative that I was awarded with it, and thankful for all the teachers who helped me be who I could be to get to there and to get awarded that. And I was happy that my family was, I think, happy for me, and they were proud of me, and they were like, you know, I'm just kind of like, oh, you know, I don't think I take compliments that well, but I think, you know, I'm like, yeah, I'm happy for it. I'm not, oh man, I can't believe I was valedictorian. That sucks. Can't believe it. I'm not like that, but I'm just, you know, I'm not like, yo, this is so amazing. You know, I'm going to go run down the street screaming. I'm not going to go like, hey, do you know who I am? Dude, Nakai valedictorian right here. Like, you're not going to give me a free drink? Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not going to do that. You know, it's not there. You know, I'm not the president of the United States. You didn't see me on TV. You know, now if my speech got aired on TV and all of a sudden, you know, I'm famous, you know, I'm like, hey, you know, free drink. But
Yeah.
no.
If
But
you
I
were
mean,
there.
yeah, it's Neocani High School, and I'm happy that I finished high school and got out of there. Of course, I wouldn't recommend just getting out of there. I'd say try to take something with you when you leave.
Mm-hmm.